in a I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Foles looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Foles. He completes it to Evans. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and the Redskins scoop it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run with Logan. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at the 20. First carry for Darius Geis. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now from the 21. On second down, here's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Geis. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down. And to give this time to the tailback. Levante David in on the tackle. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Dwayne Haskins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Switch.
2nd and 11. Airing this one out for Evans. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check. Shift. Tiger. Heat and cool.
21-0, our score after 1.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the run. This side, baby. That's it.
Purple 64.
Watch that. Check.
Throwing on 2nd down. Foles throwing the out route and complete. That's Logan.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
You based on travel. Silent.
They'll set up a throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
he would have
Hayes?
kissed it on the ground.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Redskins.
Set, ready. Not a look. Mike 54. Watch his flat.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 16. Haskins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1 yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. On second down, it's Logan. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that one goes out of bounds, and let's see here. They're going to walk this back to the 40-yard line.
Ready? Before right. Before Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. 61. Max, watch. Right. Twin. Check it backer. Check it backer. Yo. No. Go. Hey, watch out. Check it out.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
On the ground, Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bucs take over first
Let's go. Do it.
at their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. 13.
Back to throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Be alert,
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
A 52-yard attempt.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Tighten up, pull it together. Check 9, 80 weapon. Jump.
On the ground, it's Geis. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's go now. 60 out long. Check 45 to Mike. Hey, come on, now.
It's 2nd and 12. Haskins, that's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I got you. I got
They go play action with Haskins. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
He'll drop to throw. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Foles now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Hey, silent one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Under.
Check curls.
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Redskin first down, the pickup 15 yards.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Play action. Haskins. Middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the Bucs' 34-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. High throw, but the catch is made. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Got it. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. And his throw here's incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I'd be on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here I come. Tight end left. 4 down.
This is Logan. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Great.
Foles. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down but come up empty. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On first down, this is Geis. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promise.
Now Geis stripped. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Foles. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Now Foles. He finds his target. It's Evans. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, great.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's got room. A big play there out of Geis. 51 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd and 12, Haskins. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Redskins 49, Buccaneers 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
From the 27th, Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Let's go!
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Cut.
On 3rd down, Logan. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 11 yards.
What we got?
Motion. Mike 5-4, Mike.
Yeah, go, let's go.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Right there.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for Washington, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, They'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa.